And cinematic editing goes wrong 101. Shout out Dave. These bangs are delicious though. Had to get 2 for the day. Freaking tired. Going crazy on the Mustang. Anyways, today we are back in the 2019 Ram 1500. Let's jump into today's video. You see, working on the Mustang has got me ready for race season and the warm weather. I just want to race everyone. 1, 2, 3, go! Woo! Gap nobody. How do you feel about that gap, huh? And just put this in park. Oh. 2019 Ram 1500 probs. Alright, so if you guys don't know, I've been working with this Lays Fit technology. Sent me some super nice LED bulbs. They also gave me some ones for the interior. But the thing is, with these new Rams, I know especially with the Laramie, because this has the LED upgraded package, these bulbs are already LEDs and they're actually built into the microchips that are inside. So you can't actually replace these. I took this one apart and you can't replace that without replacing the whole entire mechanism. So I can't use any of these interior bulbs. And then the headlights, I already have the LED upgraded package for the Laramie, so I can't upgrade those bulbs either. They're actually a special LED bulb from Ram. So I was supposed to make a video on lighting upgrades, but with the Laramie, it's already got the LED upgrade all the way around for the bulbs. So really there's no upgrade to be done. However, if someone wants to let me make a video on their 2019 Ram 1500 that doesn't have the LED upgrade that's near me, we should make that video. If not, I'll probably end up giving these away on a live chat so someone can get some super nice bulbs. I believe these are H11, but if you guys haven't checked out Lays Fit, make sure you check them out. The prices are really good. And look at this nice packaging you get. But there's no flickering with these. They are direct plug and play. And they're actually super nice. I put these in the Mustang, but the Mustang does have these on the interior and they made a huge difference. So make sure you guys check out Lays Fit. Let's get into the rest of today's video. So let's get into the rest of today's video. We've got the 2018 Mustang GT bumper. So with the air-to-air front mount, we definitely need to get as much airflow as possible. So I'm going to be doing pretty much my own grill delete on this. I'm pretty much going to cut all that, I guess you can call it the honeycomb out. So we'll see how it looks. I may add some mesh to it, but I'm essentially just going to take a Dremel and kind of run along the backside and see how it turns out, see what parts need to clean up. But yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna take a Dremel, maybe like, I don't know, 1/4 inch in or 1/2 inch in maybe, and just cut it back. I wanna keep as much as possible because you can see it's got a pretty decent sized lip in there, so I don't wanna be cutting all this nice, because this is a nice painted gloss black. So I'm just gonna take a Dremel to it. Now you can buy these grill deletes. However, trying to save money for some injectors right now, plus I need to kind of do this now because we're going to start mocking up the cold side piping here pretty soon. So just going to start cutting these out, and hopefully it should increase some airflow to the air-to-air. Alright, so I decided to do the corner first. Actually didn't come out that bad, so definitely need to take like some sandpaper and smooth the edges out. There's a couple little stragglers there, but that was like that, and that is no more. So just gonna start working my way around, and then I'll come back and just clean up the edges, but this is pretty much the cheap way to do a grill delete. A little Dremel working. So if you're planning on doing this, you could put some tape on the front and actually do it from the front. The problem is, like when you're going into reach here, the handle is constantly hitting here, whereas like on the back side, you've got all this room. Plus, if if the Dremel jumps from you, you don't have to worry about hitting any of the painted surfaces. So the only thing I would worry about is when you're up top here, just keep really good control because you don't want the Dremel jumping up and cutting the top of your bumper. But I've got the bottom side to cut here, and then we'll start working on the lower portion, and then we'll get this other corner out also. But it's honestly not doing too bad. I had these thin cut. These suck. They eat up real quick. This is really thick, hard plastic. So I've got my metal diamond cut blade. That one works the best. These thin cut ones just aren't meant for that thick of plastic. I mean, you can do it. It's going to take you forever, and you're going to go through a lot of these. It's kind of like when I cut the fenders on my Jeep. I learned real quick to upgrade to the diamond cut wheel, which are pretty expensive. I want to say like 20 or 30 bucks. But that thing will last you a long time. And just try not force it. Just kind of keep consistent speed and just kind of move it along, and just make sure you hold it real well so it doesn't jump away from you. But let's finish cutting this thing out. Okay, so I ended up doing the bottom side from the front and just ran a bunch of tape here. That way I could just run the Dremel right along the bottom. It actually worked out a lot better, made it a lot easier, because from the back side you just can't see the bottom and where you're trying to cut. So it's boom! So honestly, the cuts aren't perfect, but I can come back with some sandpaper. Actually, we have a sanding wheel for the Dremel, and we can clean these lines up. So, but there's all of that. So you can see, obviously, we've got some spots that we need to clean up, but honestly, it isn't too bad. All right, so we got the other top corner out. Like I said, not perfect. Definitely tape off. Keep your... So we got the other corner out on this side, looking pretty good. Like I said, the lines aren't perfect, but I would highly recommend taping off and taking more time than I did. But just kind of trying to knock this out quickly, and I'll make it a project later on to come back and clean up the lines. I'm gonna clean up the back side a little bit so it's smoother when we're back there trying to fit the piping, but this is gonna give us a lot of room to run some piping, and it's gonna make sure we've got plenty of airflow. So now, last thing to do is just knock that bottom grill out, and it should be good to go. So for the bottom grill, I actually recommend pulling it out. It'd be a lot easier to cut it instead of having to cut around all the orange tabs. But you can pull these out super easily. Just take a flat head to those tabs and you can pull them out. But for time's sake, I'm just gonna cut it without it. Time to send it. Okay, so I was able to hit the sides and the top from the back side, but the bottom is way too close to the bottom of the bumper, so we've got to hit this from the front side, so make sure you put tape down. Don't blame me if you didn't put tape down. I actually double layered it, just in case the Dremel does slip, but you just want to run the Dremel just right across the bottom, we'll be good. So, once you're done cutting, you can go back with one of these little sanding discs and really just clean up the edges and work the edges. And you can even make your lines look pretty straight if you just take your time. But honestly, I think that looks freaking awesome. And for free, I mean, can you really beat it? If you already have a Dremel, or if you don't have a Dremel, just borrow a friend's Dremel. Like, that looks really good to me. And it only took me, I think, 20 minutes. I thought it would take a lot longer, but that wasn't bad at all. Alright, so I did start taking a sanding disc to it and just clean up the lines, but I think that looks 100 times better. And for me, the biggest thing is giving airflow to the air-to-air intercooler. So, that is your free mod for the 2018 Mustang GT. Obviously, you could do this on a 19, you could do this on older models, but use a Dremel. Make sure you wear glasses, unlike me. I wasn't very safe about it, but make sure you wear glasses, tape it up, and you can have some really nice clean lines, and you can have a grill delete for absolutely free as long as you have a Dremel. So, if you guys like the content, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you like the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, Vanvy39. We'll see you guys on the next one.